CJ Flyer back with another YouTube video. Today teaching you how to play All-Star Team Up in NBA 2K26. Yes, that is right, All-Star Team Up has made a return in NBA 2K26, except this time instead of being a part of the Play Now game mode, it is a part of My Team. So first what you'll want to do is to scroll over and select to play My Team. If this is your first time playing My Team, I highly suggest you play through the first few tutorial games to rack up some cards, because the player cards are what you are going to use to play All-Star Team Up. This is what makes All-Star Team Up different than All-Star Team Up in the past. Instead of just being presented with a list of random superstars to pick from, there's now the prerequisite of actually having the player cards collected in order to use them in All-Star Team Up. And in order to set which player cards you would prefer to use in All-Star Team Up, from the My Team menu, click R1 on the PlayStation 5 or the right bumper on the Xbox Series X or S until you get to the Manage submenu. From there, select Lineups Management. You should see a lineup titled All-Star Team Up, and then from there you set your card priority from 1st to 5th choice. The reason for having a priority ranking for your My Team player cards to use in All-Star Team Up is in case you get matched up with a teammate who has a card as the same priority as yours. For example, I have this Wilt Chamberlain card as my first choice for priority ranking, but I've gotten into matchmaking before where someone else also had the Wilt Chamberlain card as their first choice. And the tiebreaker that 2K has for deciding which player gets to use Wilt Chamberlain is by choosing the player that has the higher My Team rep. Unfortunately, there does not seem to be any card overall based matchmaking. As you can see from a game I played here, I have a 90 plus overall free agent Wilt Chamberlain card going up against a gold level Kyle Kuzma. Now that doesn't mean you necessarily need the best of the best cards to be competitive in All-Star Team Up, but you do need some decent caliber players in order to come in here and start playing. Otherwise, you're very easily going to get outplayed. So with that in mind, if you're not really a My Team player, but you really want to play All-Star Team Up, you need to make sure you have at most 5 decent cards to use in the mode, which may require you to play some of the My Team challenges such as Domination Mode, but once you're content with the players that you have, you don't really need to play the challenges anymore. And regarding the Wilt Chamberlain card that you see, this is what's called a free agent card, which has a limited number of uses. There's a little icon that you can see in the bottom right corner of the card. And for this particular card, this Wilt Chamberlain one, it shows I have 15 games remaining. So what's really nice for non-My Team players that are looking to try out All-Star Team Up to see if they even want to spend much time in it, you can test out the All-Star Team Up mode with these free agent cards, which are going to be fairly competitive even in the late stages of the game. And if you're not having fun with it, you don't need to spend the extra time to play the different My Team challenges in order to earn some good cards that have unlimited uses. Something else to point out with the All-Star Team Up mode, it's not just NBA players. My Team has now introduced WNBA players into the mix, so it's a combination of both. Alright, so now that we've gone over which mode All-Star Team Up is wrapped into this year, and how to choose which players you'd like to use for All-Star Team Up, in order to access All-Star Team Up from the My Team main menu, again using R1 on the PlayStation 5 or the right bumper on the Xbox Series X or S, go over to the Play submenu, and there's actually 2 different ways you can access All-Star Team Up. The quickest, of course, to select All-Star Team Up from the list. You'll automatically be thrown into this little 3D room controlling your My Player, and all you have to do is just walk straight ahead into the next door and you'll automatically be thrown into All-Star Team Up matchmaking. The alternative method for accessing this All-Star Team Up room is if instead from the Play submenu you selected Triple Threat Park, and you should be able to see when you first walk in that off in the distance there is this neon lit up tunnel with the words above it saying All-Star Team Up. And if you run over there and down into the tunnel, you'll be brought into that same 3-dimensional room that was previously shown. And then again, you would just run straight forward into the All-Star Team Up door for matchmaking. Now, if you wanted to play All-Star Team Up with friends, you would have to click L1 plus R1 on the PlayStation 5 or the left and right bumpers together on the Xbox Series X or S before you run through that matchmaking door. Make sure your friends are also online, and then you'll have to squad up. You can also squad up with other random users that you see currently in the lobby waiting room. You would do this by scrolling down the list, selecting the username that you wish to squad up with, and then click Invite to Squad. And that's All-Star Team Up this year in NBA 2K26. A bit different than how it was played out before, but nonetheless, at least it is back in the game. And although it is a bit unfortunate that there is the prerequisite for obtaining player cards before going into All-Star Team Up mode, again, you don't necessarily need the best of the best cards in order to be competitive with the other players. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions regarding All-Star Team Up. Which player cards are your favorite to take into All-Star Team Up mode in NBA 2K26 My Team? And click one of the videos on your screen now for another NBA 2K26 tutorial.